Welcome to our channel. Today we are back for you folks with an exciting video on the top 10 most bizarre events that took place in 2020. The year 2020 began on a hopeful note, just as all New Year's do. All of a sudden, it dropped its masquerade and shape-shifted itself. This was the year that introduced a lot of new and extraordinary things to people all around the globe, and gave a whole new meaning to the phrase, unprecedented times. So here are the top 10 most bizarre events that made 2020 so peculiar. Before we continue, please press the subscribe button and the bell notification icon to receive regular updates from us whenever we upload a video. Number 10 is a cute pygmy possum discovered on Kangaroo Island in Australia after the bushfires. A species of little pygmy possum has been discovered on the Kangaroo Island, South Australia, for the first time since the devastating bushfire season. Because it's the one among the world's smallest marsupials, it has always been tough to spot. The nocturnal animals weigh only 8 grams and are seldom seen. However, the island's beasts were exhausted within the blaze. Half the 500-hectare island was burned at the start of the year, together with most of the possum's home ground. Scientists feared the worst for many species, as with the little pygmy. To their relief, the tiny pygmies had simply managed to evade detection for over 8 months. Employees from Conservation Cluster of Kangaroo Island Land for Wildlife discovered the pygmy while operating the zoo's South Australia and 20 native landholders to assess the damages the fires had caused. Number 9. Utah Monolith, and the question is it an alien structure? The monolith's mysterious look in the middle of the rocky desert sparked excitement among the folks. UN agencies circled it, intrigued and befuddled. However, not like the alien structure created by the epic film adaptation of 2001: A Space Odyssey, the metal stone discovered by public safety staff in southeastern Utah is real. The staff was scouring the Red Rock region by a heavier-than-air craft for mountain sheep. Then a trained worker noticed the article. The pilot, Brett Hutchins, told KSL-TV, he's like, There's this thing back there. We ought to go inspect it. The funny thing, though, was that they were audacious explorers investigating associate degree alien bodies. The crew members determined that the stone was 10 to 12 feet tall and planted firmly within it. Number 8 is the Black Lives Matter protests that happen worldwide. Thousands of protesters marched against police brutality and racism in Belgium on Sunday. The demonstration was concerning the martyr Floyd, the black citizen killed in Minneapolis, Minnesota. A law officer had pressed his knee on Floyd's neck for nearly 9 minutes. However, the protest was conjointly concerning Belgium, its colonial history, its current iniquities. Demonstrators scaled a sculpture of King Leopold II, the Belgian ruler who killed lots of Congolese individuals and hoisted the flag of the Democratic Republic of Congo below it. Statues of figures from countries' colonial past were falling. Governmental authorities in the area went re-examining policies once it involves policing. At this moment, though, Black Lives Matter could be a world rallying cry and a gut-punch reminder that this message still must be continual everywhere. Number 7 is the Beirut explosion. On the 4th of August 2020, an outsized quality of explosion took on the port of the town of Beirut, the capital of Lebanon, exploded, inflicting a minimum of 204 deaths, 6,500 injuries, and $15 billion in property damage, and rendering an estimated number of 300,000 individuals homeless. A shipment of 750 tons of the substance, which is equivalent to around 1.1 kilotons of TNT, had been held in a warehouse while incorrect safety measures were employed for the previous 6 years. When the explosion occurred, the impact was being felt in Turkey, Syria, Israel, Palestine, and Europe's elements, and was detected in Cyprus as well, which is over 240 clicks, about 150 miles away. Number 6 is the COVID-19 pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic, that is also referred to as the coronavirus pandemic, is ongoing since 2019, hence the name COVID-19. It is caused by severe acute metabolic process syndrome. It had first been reported in December 2019 in Wuhan, China. The World Health Organization declared the breakout of a public health emergency of international concern in January 2020 and a scourge in March 2020. As of December 13, 2020, over 71 million cases were confirmed in total, with over 1.6 million deaths from the COVID-19. Symptoms of COVID-19 can be extremely variable, starting from none to severe malady. The virus spreads mainly through the very air we breathe, when the individual's area units are close to one another. The virus spreads from an infected person as they breathe, cough, sneeze, or speak, and enter another person via their mouth, nose, or eyes. It would also transmit via contaminated surfaces. Individuals stay infectious for up to 2 weeks and may spread the virus, although they do not have little to any symptoms. Suggested preventive measures include social distancing, putting a mask on when out in public, ventilation and air filtering, hand wash, covering one's mouth once sneeze or coughing, disinfecting surfaces, and observing self-isolation for individuals exposed or symptomatic. Number 5 is the arrest of Ghislaine Maxwell. The FBI had arrested the influential Brit Ghislaine Maxwell based on multiple charges associated with the sexual harassment offense filed by many women and young girls. The lawsuit was filed by the late financier Jeffrey Epstein. Maxwell was among Epstein's nearest associates and helped him exploit ladies who were as young as 14 years old. Audrey Strauss, acting U.S. professional person for the Southern District of the latest royal house, A4 said a group of discussion weekday. Maxwell faces charges that include transporting a minor for the needs of criminal sexuality, according to a 6-court jury indictment that was unsealed earlier within the day. Maxwell, 58, was arrested early Thursday in William Bradford, New Hampshire. Number 4 is the spotting of murder hornets in the U.S. Even as the United States remains under attack from the global pandemic situation, a replacement terror arrived in their midst: murder hornets. The 2-inch or 5-centimeter long Asian big hornets, Anthropogenius mandrina, began appearing in the Washington state. Scientists are currently on duty trying to learn everything about the hornets, hoping to eradicate the species before they wipe out the bees living in the United States. Though they generally avoid people, in Asia, murder hornet stings are thought to cause as many as 50 human fatalities a year, according to the New York Times. The hornets made their first appearance in North America in August 2019 and in the Canadian province, Canada. Months later, in December of 2019, the flying insects were seen south of the Washington state border per reports. According to Washington State University, they're unsure, or once the vespids initially arrived in North America. The beekeepers within the region were savaged by brutal hive deaths in recent months. Scientists are bracing for additional emergence of more swarms of the species that begins its life cycle in spring. Number 3 is the impeachment of President Trump. The impeachment of Donald Trump, the 45th President of the United States, was initiated on December 18, 2019, once the House of Representatives approved impeachment on charges of abusive power obstruction of Congress. The Senate acquitted Trump of those charges on February 5, 2020. Trump's impeachment came when the proper House inquiry alleged that he had invited foreign interference within the 2020 U.S. presidential election to assist his re-election bid, and then choked the inquiry itself by telling his administration officers to ignore subpoenas for documents and testimony. The allegation that Trump withheld military action and a letter of invitation to the White House to Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky sparked controversy. This is said to be in order to influence Ukraine to announce an investigation into Trump's political opponent, Joe Biden, and to market a discredited conspiracy theory that Ukraine, not Russia, was behind interference within the 2016 presidential election. Number 2 is Kobe Bryant's death. On Sunday, January 26, 2020, a helicopter crashed within Calabasas, California, around 30 miles or 48 kilometers northwest of downtown LA, while en route from John Wayne Landing Field to Camarillo Landing Field. 9 people were on board: retired basketball game player Kobe Bryant, his 13-year-old daughter Gianna, manager John Altobelli, 5 other passengers, and also the pilot. Everybody on board was killed right on impact. All the investigatory updates published by the National Transportation Safety Board throughout the period of accident investigation with a flight data recorder or cockpit voice recorder, nor was it needed to be. Forensic testing performed by the laboratories of government agency on specimens from the pilot, alcohol was not detected within the liver or muscles, nor were any traces of medicines detected within the liver. Intact and analyzable sections of the engine showed no proof of uncontained or serious internal system failure. Bryant's death sparked many remembrance and tributes from many noted celebrities and political figures, including former U.S. Presidents Donald Trump, Barack Obama, and Bill Clinton. Number 1 is the Australian bushfires. Bushfires in Australia was a widespread and regular phenomenon that has contributed considerably to shaping the continent's character over scores of years. Eastern Australia is one of the most fire-prone regions of the world, and its predominant eucalyptus forests have evolved to thrive on the phenomenon of bushfire. However, The fires will cause everything from property damage and loss to harm and loss of both human and animal life. Bushfires have killed about 800 people in Australia since 1851 and billions of animals. The most destructive fires are sometimes preceded by extreme scorching high temperatures, low relative humidity ratio, and strong, robust winds that together is strong enough to make ideal conditions for the fires to spread fast. Severe firestorms are usually named in keeping with the day on that they peaked. To give you an idea how, here are the names of the 5 most dangerous blazes. Black Saturday 2009 in Victoria, in which 173 civilians were killed and 2,000 homes lost. Ash Wednesday 1983 in Victoria, an Australian state, 75 dead, nearly 1,900 homes lost. Black Friday 1939 in Victoria, 71 dead, 650 homes destroyed. Black Tuesday 1967 in Tasmania, 62 people died and nearly 1,300 homes lost. And the Gippsland fires and Black Sunday of 1926 in Victoria, which killed people in over a 2-month period. Thanks for watching the video. We'd love having you comment down below which part you liked most. Also, click on the thumbs up button if you liked the video. I hope you like our video.